You ever hear the sound of glass breaking in a house? So fancy, even the echoes sound expensive? That was my morning, the kind where three kids yelling at once is somehow less chaotic than the silence that comes right after. I'm standing in the marble foyer, rubbing my temples, watching the seventh nanny in 3 months storm out, suitcase in one hand, dignity in the other, while my headache's busy filing for workers' comp. Mrs. Tasha, her glasses sideways and her patience fried, says, "I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, but I simply cannot work under these conditions. Those children are absolutely uncontrollable. Super glue on the toilet, mud in my purse, circus music every time I walk into a room. Good luck finding anyone desperate enough to take this job." And before I can even blink, she's gone, muttering something about warning every nanny within 5 states. I just sigh, pull out the checkbook, and wonder for the 100th time how the hell my life got like this. You know what I mean? I didn't start out wanting to be the punchline in some suburban sitcom. 5 years ago, when my wife Patrice surprised me with the adoption papers, 3 beautiful baby boys who needed a home, I thought it was a miracle. Patrice, she handled all the paperwork, picked the agency, even chose their names. At the time, I was grateful she made it all so easy, but sometimes easy comes with a price tag you don't see till the receipt's already in the shredder. So here I am, alone, staring up the grand staircase as Patrice floats down, not a hair out of place, nails glistening, like she's prepping for the cover of some lifestyle magazine. Another one bites the dust, she smirks, not even pretending to hide her amusement. The kids locked her in the panic room for 2 hours yesterday, I say, and she just shrugs, fixing her lipstick in the mirror. Children will be children. Maybe you're not paying enough. I tell her I'm offering triple the market rate. But the problem isn't money. Then maybe it's your expectations, she tosses back. But honestly, Patrice had never so much as changed a diaper before we adopted the boys. Even now, she treats Elijah, Darnell, and Xavier more like guests at a charity gala than actual sons. "Can you watch them till I find someone else?" I ask. She laughs sharp cold. "Darling, I have a spa appointment, lunch, committee meetings. Isn't this why we have nannies?" And she's gone, designer purse in hand, leaving me with nothing but the sound of something crashing upstairs. Let me back up a sec. The boys, the triplets, are 7 now. Elijah is the ringleader, Darnell's the mastermind, and Xavier's the charmer. They hit the top of the stairs like a Category 5 tornado. "We're sorry about Mrs. Tasha," Elijah says, grinning like the cat that ate the canary. I cross my arms. This is the 7th nanny in 3 months. At this rate, I'm hiring security guards, not caregivers. "We didn't mean to make her cry," Darnell says, eyes on his shoes. "We just want to see if the panic room really worked. And if her wig would stay on if she ran fast enough," Xavier adds, dead serious. But there's a vulnerability in their eyes, that look kids get when they're waiting for you to give up on them, too. They always leave anyway. Elijah says finally, small and honest. Hits me right in the gut. I kneel down. "I'm not going anywhere. Doesn't matter how many nannies quit, I'm your father. And I'm here to stay." They nod, solemn. And for a second I see just how much they've been hurt by all the instability. So I make a snap decision, probably making my assistants I twitch somewhere. I cancel my meetings and tell the boys, we're spending today together, just us. And this weekend, we're writing the job posting for a new nanny together. The relief on their faces says it all. A few days later, after breakfast and pancake syrup on every surface, I'm sorting through a mountain of nanny applications when Mrs. Brooks, our housekeeper, knocks. "There's someone here about the nanny job. She doesn't have an appointment." I check my list. No Monique Williams anywhere. But something in Mrs. Brooks's voice tells me this isn't a usual walk-in. "Send her in," I say, curiosity piqued. She walks in late 20s, natural hair in a bun, eyes that see straight through you. "Sorry for dropping by unannounced, Mr. Thompson. Sometimes the most important qualifications don't fit on paper. I heard through the grapevine you're looking for someone who can actually connect with your sons." Her confidence isn't arrogance, it's lived in. She's got that steady energy, like nothing my boys could throw at her would shake her composure. When she talks about children acting out from fear, not malice, I can see she gets it. Before I can ask more, chaos erupts outside, water spraying, boys shrieking, Mrs. Brooks flailing at the pool controls. I brace for disaster, but Monique laughs. That's brilliant engineering. How do you reprogram the system? The boys, shocked at getting praise instead of punishment, explain their teamwork. Can you use that to fix a mess? She suggests. 30 seconds later, pool's back to normal. Mrs. Brooks is wringing out her apron, and my sons, for the first time in history, actually apologize. I'm floored. How'd you do that? I ask. She shrugs. Recognize their intelligence. Most adults see chaos. I see creative energy. I offer her the job on the spot. Don't you want references? She says. I've seen enough. I reply, meaning every word. From day one, she fits right in. Pancake breakfasts become experiments in color and flavor. The boys are still a handful, but now they're building obstacle courses instead of booby traps. Monique listens, not just to their words, but what they're not saying. They're scared, Mr. Thompson. They push because they want to know if you'll leave, too. It's the truth I never wanted to face, but hearing it said out loud changes everything. And then comes the twist. Patrice, who's always busy but never involved, decides the boys need piano lessons, tennis, advanced math all on top of everything else. When Monique gently objects, Patrice gives her a look that could curdle milk. Their mother knows best, she says, her tone like ice. But when Patrice leaves, Monique's usual spark dims. Later, I realize it's not just about the schedule. Something about Patrice calling herself their mother hurt Monique more than I understood. Weeks pass. The house, for the first time, feels like a home. The boys thrive, and I find myself drawn to Monique's wisdom, her kindness, the way she makes even the smallest moments feel important. One evening, as Darnell's performing a magic show for the staff, Monique observes quietly, "You actually care about people, not just status. That's rare in your world." I admit that my marriage is, well, less than loving. Some people marry for love, others for security, status, she says softly. And suddenly, I'm seeing Patrice through new eyes. So I do something a little crazy, maybe cruel. I fake a financial collapse, shifting money to protected accounts, to see if Patrice is in this marriage for me or the lifestyle. The minute she believes we're broke, she's gone files for divorce, signs away all parental rights, even slaps me with a restraining order for good measure. Doesn't even say goodbye to the boys. That's when I know. For the first time, I'll let myself grieve what I never really had a real partner. The boys are devastated, of course. Is she coming back when you're not broke anymore? One of them asks, and it breaks my heart. But Monique is a rock. She reassures them, the people who really love you, they don't leave just because things get hard. When I admit I can't pay her anymore, she says, then think of it as family helping family. Those kids have my heart, Malik. I'm not going anywhere. And here's where everything shifts. We're not just a boss and a nanny. We're building something real. I come clean about the fake bankruptcy, not proud of it, but wanting honesty. Monique est sorte. Did you test me too? She asks. I swear I didn't, but I can't blame her for wondering. It's raw, awkward, but instead of walking away, she says, I love you. Not your money, not your house. You. And suddenly it all makes sense, the chemistry, the connection, the sense that my family was never complete until her. So I propose, the boys in on it, a treasure hunt through the backyard, ending in a gazebo draped with fairy lights. Every clue about something Monique brought to our lives: laughter, hope, stability. The boys ask her, will you marry our dad? Will you be our real mom forever? She says yes, and we're celebrating, delirious, when Mrs. Brooks interrupts. Sir, there's someone at the door. She says she's Mrs. Thompson. Patrice, ragged, makeup smeared, says she's made a terrible mistake. She wants to come home, fix things. I tell her she's the past. The boys, brave, tell her they're happier now. Monique is their real mom, the one who stays. Patrice's face twists. Then, out of nowhere, she stares at Monique and says, I know you, you're Eliza, the girl from high school. Malik's girlfriend, the one I drove away. My mind reels. Monique, shaken, admits the truth. She was my high school sweetheart, pregnant with my kids, forced out of town by Patrice's threats and manipulations. She thought our triplets died as newborns. Patrice told her that while she orchestrated the adoption that brought those same babies to me, our boys, our sons, the shock is overwhelming. But Fitz, the birthdays, the instant connection, Patrice flees, and as the truth unspools, Monique collapses, sobbing, she stole them. She stole our children and made us both grieve. The revelation explodes through our lives. Police, lawyers, news vans parked outside. Patrice is arrested for kidnapping, fraud, a web of crimes so tangled it takes months to unravel. But the boys are boys, they handle it better than you'd think. Kids are resilient, especially when surrounded by real love. We explain as best we can. There are children by blood and by choice. You were always wanted, always loved, we tell them. And for the first time, it feels true. 6 months later, in that same garden, surrounded by family and friends, I marry Monique. The triplets dance barefoot in the grass. There's no more secrets, no more pretending, just love, raw and honest and hard-earned. I lost everything I thought I needed and found everything I truly wanted: a partner who loves me for me, sons who know they're cherished, a home filled with laughter instead of lies. Miracles don't always look like you expect. Sometimes they look like chaos, heartbreak, and endings that turn into beginnings. And that's our story. Families are built, broken, and rebuilt. Sometimes you have to lose everything to figure out what you can't live without. Love wins, but only if you're brave enough to fight for it. So, what do you think? Did justice win in the end? Or are some wounds just too deep for happy endings? Drop your thoughts below, share your own stories, and don't forget the real measure of a family isn't how perfect they look, but how fiercely they hold on when everything else falls apart.